The Alberta provincial government is blocking my access to information filings regarding GraceLife Church. First, they took $1,000 for the documents before they changed their mind about turning them over to me. I'm not giving up, but I might need a little help from you. Do you remember the story of GraceLife Church west of Edmonton, Alberta? Some of the very best people I've ever met in my entire life go to GraceLife Church. The pastor there, James Coates, refused to force his congregation to comply with provincial restrictions on places of worship. Pastor Coates didn't stop his congregation from social distancing or wearing masks or watching church online, but he wasn't going to turn anybody away or deny them in-person fellowship, including singing and shaking hands and hugging and being together on Sundays. According to Pastor James, to do so would have violated his charter-protected ability to practice his faith. The church itself was eventually seized by the province for 3 months, fenced off and fortified, forcing the congregation to hold services underground like early Christians did. And all this happened after a lengthy campaign of police and Alberta Health Services enforcement, which culminated in Pastor James being sent to jail for 35 days. The images of Coates coming out of the Edmonton Remand Center into the loving arms of his family still haunt me. A reminder of the human cost of the civil liberties violations of the COVID lockdowns and the bravery of the few who stood against them, and the extreme cruelty of the government towards people who just wanted to be left alone to practice their faith and live their lives. Now, some time ago, actually 17 months ago, I filed for access to information documents into the provincial government looking for all of their paperwork on the ongoing crackdown against GraceLife Church. The provincial government told me they had so many documents related to GraceLife Church that they would need nearly $1,000 to turn them all over. We paid it gladly because I want to know what these people were saying about my friends at GraceLife Church behind closed doors before the government decided to take their pastor, take their church, and drive the congregation underground in a CCP-style crackdown. But you won't believe what the provincial government has done now. New premier, same old games, because we haven't quite gotten rid of the swamp in Alberta Health Services and the Solicitor General's office yet. I just got a letter back after nearly 1.5 years of waiting, saying those documents that I paid for, that they said I could have, well, now I can't have them, but they'll give me my money back. No harm, no foul, I guess, but that's not good enough. I'm appealing vigorously, aggressively. What are these people trying to hide from me? I think these documents should see the light of day, not just for closure for the people of GraceLife Church, but for accountability. Yes, indeed, we have a new premier, Danielle Smith, who's anti-lockdown, and I'm cheering for her to do the things she said she would do, including amnesty for all those COVID scofflaws who tried to live their lives. But Smith also needs this accountability for her own good. She needs to know who the good guys are and the bad guys are in the government. And those people will be identified through these documents. I need these documents for GraceLife, for Albertans, but also so that our premier can do her job and drain the muskeg down at the legislature and in all those provincial agencies that oversaw the tyrannical lockdowns. Now, appeals of these sorts, they're expensive, they take time and research, and I'm going to do everything I can to get my hands on those 353 pages being withheld from me. But I need your help to do it. We take absolutely no money from Justin Trudeau to do this sort of investigative journalism. Please consider making a donation to a very special website to make this sort of work possible. It's at rebelinvestigates.com. For nothing that is hidden will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To help me get access to the 353 pages of Solicitor General documents relating to the persecution of GraceLife Church, please consider making a donation at rebelinvestigates.com.